Corey Gore Christ here with Dr. Vincent West. We have the honor of speaking with another repeat offender, Matti of Pathology. How you doing?
Good, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Honor on this side as well.
Oh yeah, it's good to have you back. Talk a little bit about the self-titled release. We fucking love it. It's goddamn ridiculously heavy record. Just talk a little bit about the new record.
Yeah, I think, now that I've had time, because we actually received them pretty much, just when everybody else kind of received the pre-orders, so getting now to, absorb it, from the CD with the final production and all that stuff, I think it came out, really, really nasty.
Yeah.
So, we're super happy, and the response has been, overwhelming, positive, so, we're just, super, super happy all the way around with it.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's a solid release, and the artwork's great. You want to talk a little bit about the artwork now? Is this an artist you guys normally use?
Looks like Parr.
Yeah, Parr Olsen. Yeah, he's done all the covers except for the first couple, but he's done the last, I believe, 6 now in a row for us. So
it's sick. It's really cool artwork.
Oh yeah, right on. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So, do you guys have any plans to tour the record?
Yeah, we're actually talking about that now, so I can't leave for super long periods of time. I was actually talking to Dave about it yesterday. I can do, small stints. So let's say, for example, I could do, 5, 6, 7 shows, to California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, that kind of stuff. Or the same thing, on the East Coast. So we're going to try to put some stuff together like that for this record.
Well, that's awesome. We hopefully can get to the East Coast so we can see you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, for sure.
And now on this record, did you do all the lyrics on it?
They're all from Dante's Inferno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It tells it tells the whole story from like I said, I everything was. I've read that book, I don't know, 4 to 5 times now. So what I've been doing actually these last couple of years, I was actually going to use it for Cinerary, but I just decided to go with it on this because I'm just not sure if Cinerary's happening yet. I've been researching and putting these pieces, handpicking these pieces and putting them together. So
it's, to me, I guess my favorite songs on the album, probably, I like Litany a whole lot, and I like Doth, and then the closing track, Vermilion, I like a whole lot too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too, totally.
You did, now when Parr does this stuff for you guys, do you just kind of give him an idea what you want? Do you and Dave do that, and then he just kind of comes up with whatever, or how does that work?
Yeah, so Dave's been having kind of a concept that's kind of been evolving these last 4, so yeah, that's where they've gone with it, with the Doctor and all the, it's a total concept now. He just kind of looked at them all in a row. You see this, progression, or probably even a better term, degression of what, his whole world is around him is turning into, and what he's obviously creating, and, is a direct reflection of these last 4.
Well, it's definitely, to me, the last 3, the new one included and the 2 before it, those records, man, I think that's some of your all's best stuff. I absolutely fucking love it. Your vocals on those records are fucking nasty, too.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Oh, yeah, cool, thank you. Yeah, I agree. I still love, probably, my favorite, other than the new one, just because the new one is so fresh, and I do love the new one. I love Lords of Redeem a lot.
Oh, that record's great.
Yeah, that's kind of really dark. That's a little different. It's got more of, it's got a really, really dark vibe to it, which, I love about it.
Right. Then you were, a little off the subject, but I think last time we talked, you were working on, with your film company, you're working on a restoration.
Yeah, we're working on a couple of different, I'm doing a second part 2 to a documentary series, paranormal series that we do, and then I'm also working on a full-length fictional film that crosses with Freemasonry and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
It's called On the 6th Day, so that's more of the horror, it's very horror suspense movie, and we're actually writing the script, and we're actually shooting it kind of as we write it to, time and the area permits. Yeah. So.
Nice. You throw some pathology stuff in there.
Yeah, I think the guys are actually going to come. What's cool about that too, just because I have all the, I have everything, like all the, the 4K cameras and lenses and 8 fucking million other things that I got in my studio here. So I think the guys in Pathology are going to come and we're going to do a music video for one of these new songs.
Oh, that's awesome. You have to let us know. We'll put it on the site.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I think they're going to hopefully get out here in the next 2 to 3 weeks and we can shoot it. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Do you have any idea what song you're going to do?
Possibly Vermilion, possibly.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's where my vote is. We're all three voting on a different song so far, so yeah.
Well, fun democracy figured out.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'll see who gives in first.
If you're trying to pull a... You guys are planning on doing some small shows, what songs do you think would make it on the set list?
We would probably do, so Dave and I talked about that. I think we would do 2 songs from every album starting from Age of Onset.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we would do 2 off each, and what would that give us? That would give us 12 to 14 tracks live, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to pick stuff off Legacy. You got a lot of good ones off that one, too. You gotta do the code injection, that's automatically one, and then,
that's the one we have to play now. Everybody kind of super expects that one. Yeah.
And then maybe Afterlife or.
That's my favorite track on the CD, so that would be my vote for sure.
Oh yeah. And then I don't know if you're playing stuff off of Lords and you guys did Mountain of the Dead, that would be the shit. It's just got we talked about that last time.
That's what we're gonna open with. We're gonna open with that intro. It's gonna be exactly like the record opens. Yeah.
That's amazing. You got the Lords of Salem thing in the beginning. It's
brutal
way to welcome Pathology back. That's perfect.
Now the production on the new album. You want to talk a little bit about that?
So I did it here where I live in Arizona, and then they recorded at the studio Jeff Forrest, who we used. He's pretty much recorded everything. He even recorded, for example, the one that Eric Ruton mixed, the Legacy of the Ancient CD. He actually tracked it, and then Eric mixed and mastered it. So it's the same guy that we've been working with for. Ever. He had recorded all of my vocals for the AP too. So I've worked with him a ton.
That's cool.
Yeah, easy guy to work with. Good guy. He knows, obviously, especially at this point, he really knows exactly what we want, sound-wise and all that stuff. So
that makes stuff easier too.
It does. It definitely does. We don't even have to tell. He knows exactly how we want it to sound, just as disgusting as possible. So
to go back to Parr a second. So your relationship with him, or is that both you and Dave, or does that go back a long time, or does that go back even to Disgorge, or?
No, just Dave. Part of Immolation, part of Exodus. He has a ton of big metal acts.
Yeah, his artwork's definitely, I don't know, it's awesome. I would love if he could do some stuff for us. Of course, we're going to have to win the fucking lottery to do that, but...
No, it's surprising. It's actually not too steep. Don't quote me on it exactly, but it's around, I believe we pay somewhere around $1,200 per cover, in that area.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not as bad as I thought it was.
He doesn't stick it to you. He's a very fair guy. So.
Who is it, Corey? That there was somebody that I forget. We interviewed somebody, and it was one of the artists. And good Lord, it was expensive as sin. It was like.
It wasn't Seagraves. He's actually pretty cheap.
It wasn't Seagraves. I don't remember who it was.
Seagraves actually is pretty. For what he's done, his prices are pretty. Pretty doable, honestly.
I love this stuff too, because when I first started getting into this stuff, he was doing pretty much every other cover that I was buying, our record.
Yeah. It's like part of the whole family thing. It's like you got Scott Burns producing it, and you got Seagraves doing the music. And,
Well, yeah, I would actually flip it over. If I saw Scott Burns and Seagrave, I would just buy it, not even knowing what it was.
Sure. I was the same way growing up. I definitely was.
Then, what is your favorite off the record, personally, off Pathology?
Vermilion?
Off the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, either Vermilion or Shudder.
And the whole thing's about Dante's Inferno?
Yeah, yep.
That's crazy.
Yep, everything is everything is actually hand-picked. Like I said, it's taken about 2 years to do it, to put together this small, because obviously you don't have a lot of room in the lyrics, but put together a small, concise story that's kind of very similar to obviously to Dante's Inferno.
Right.
So.
That's insane.
It's pretty awesome. So hopefully you guys, so you're probably looking to do like a California and Arizona run first, and then.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I know they break it up usually into stuff like that. Like a lot of times, I remember before it would be a couple weeks on the West Coast, and then there'd be a break, and then a couple weeks on the East Coast.
God, I wish you could get away to do the East Coast shows. That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, there's a really good chance. I mean, there's going to be a really good chance that I can, because working, now I'm pretty much, as of right now, I'm just exclusively doing film work. So I'm able to, obviously, with that schedule, I'm able to kind of get away a little bit more than I used to be.
Oh, it happens, man. We'll hang out and drink some beer.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, we will.
I wanted to ask you, because I guess we're going to actually get to see this down here in Florida, I just found out. Did you see that, I guess the, why can't I think of the goddamn name? The Argento, the Suspiria is going to be making the rounds in theaters.
Oh, that's amazing. If it's here, which I'm assuming it will, because I live, super big city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
Corey, do you know where you can check that at? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm going to look right now for you.
Get you the link to where you can find out if it is or not.
It's like the uncut Italian version of it. It's like a 4K. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Oh, like transfer, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's really
it's
cool.
It's supposed to look really good, and the print's never been put out, I don't think.
And then Synapse putting it out on Blu-ray next year, Steelbook, with the soundtrack.
Oh, I'll be picking that up. I've got the 3 discs, the old one, I believe you surveyed it. I believe it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 3 disc, but then the 3rd disc is the CD for Goblin.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've got that too.
You got that same one? Yeah, cool.
I tell you that Synapse, you can go over there right now and get, I think it's pretty low stock, but they have Tenebrae, Steelbook, it's got the Blu-ray and the soundtrack and the DVD, and then they also have Phenomena, and it's the Blu-ray, the soundtrack, and the DVD, and they're all Steelbooks. They're expensive. They're like, with shipping, it's like $45, but.
Yeah, those are like, to me, that's something that I would splurge and it's worth it on, just because those are so iconic.
Oh yeah, I totally bought them. I bought both of them. I think Corey's got Tenebrae. So.
Yeah, the Steelbook of it. Yeah, it says the print was rescued from an Italian cinema that had closed down, and the print had gone untouched in their storage area since '78.
Oh man, that's
so they took it.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, they took it and restored it. Yeah, that's crazy. The print is completely.
Does it say anything about additional footage too?
It just says the print is completely uncut 6-reel print with a runtime of 98 minutes in Italian language. So this is like the OG Italian Suspiria from the theaters. Yeah, the only places it looks like it's hitting is New York, Nashville, Massachusetts, Seattle, and Chicago. But I think other smaller venues are going to grab it too. I mean, I know because it's the anniversary of it, so I mean, a lot of places are going to start showing it anyway. Maybe not that version, but they're going to show the.
What's weird, what we're seeing is at a theater, and it's part of this Horror Film Fest, but the Horror Film Fest is not at the theater, it's like a separate event.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
So what you'll probably see there where you're at is probably just shown in a theater for probably one day or a week or whatever they're doing. I mean, they may attach it to a film fest, because I've noticed some of the places it's doing rounds at, it looks like it was doing like horror fest and shit like that, but then other ones it was just playing at a theater or like a big theater in the city it was at. So Because I know Atlanta's getting it,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't think we were going to get it down in Florida, and we are. So.
Oh, but yeah, I just really hope it comes here. There's a place called Film Bar here where it's obviously a bar, and they show like obscure film titles, a lot of horror stuff too. So if that would be something that they would get, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. They probably will. I mean, we have like a semi-art theater here, but then they don't really like, you know, they'll get stuff, but they don't really, I don't know. It's more, they just show like old films and stuff like that, which I think's cool, but some of it's just garbage, you know. But when you get something like like last year we went to this film fest, the same assholes, because they're just kind of these hipster douchebags, but we went and just watched Phantasm and left, the first one.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, how good was that on the big screen?
Oh, it's beautiful. If you've not got to watch that the 4K restoration on Blu-ray, it's beautiful.
No, that's another one I'm gonna have to pick up. I'm actually gonna make a note of that right now too. Remind myself to pick that up.
Yeah, it's not actually J.J. Abrams' company. As much as I hate that fucking turd, he actually, I hate that fucking bastard. But he did a really loving job. His company did restoring that for Coscarelli. They did a hell of a job with it. So
I didn't realize he had something, a company that did that kind of, you know, that offers that.
yeah,
kind
it's
of
Bad Robot. If you buy that Blu-ray, right at the front of it's Bad Robot before the film starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's his, and they did it. Like I said, they did a lovingly beautiful job with it. But I can't stand him. I don't know if we've ever really talked about that. I think he's a fucking troll, but he's like the cancer of the movie industry now. I hate that Star Trek stuff. That's what really. I'm a big Trekkie dork, and I hated the shit that he did with that. So I just kind of have it in for him.
Yeah, I didn't care, to be honest with you, I didn't care for the Star Wars like everybody else.
I didn't either. I think it's a turd. But
what was the one that came out after that?
Oh, Rogue One. That movie's great.
That was killer, though.
Yeah, Corey and I both love that movie. It's fucking amazing.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, that's cool. Rogue One's on Netflix if you've got it.
Yep.
So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I will definitely revisit that. That's cool. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that movie's great. But yeah,
It is.
there's I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, you know, we went there, and this is when we went to watch Phantasm last year, and it was like these guys there, and they're showing like their 20-minute independent horror film. It's like, I don't want to sit through all this stuff. I mean, people are into that. That's fine. I just don't give a shit. It's like, you know, if it's fucking, you know, if it's Coscarelli up there talking about Phantasm, fuck yeah, I'm all about it. You know, if it was, you know, John Carpenter up there talking about one of his films, fuck yeah, I'm there with bells on. But it's like, I don't care about some independent filmmaker that made a film, and I don't know, I'm just not into stuff like that. I like watching new horror movies, but as far as a horror short that's like 10 minutes long or something, it's like, I just don't, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were into these. I was not into these. I don't know if Corey was either. I couldn't get into them. That Masters of Horror bullshit, I thought that was fucking stupid.
Wasn't that HBO thing?
No, Showtime. And they did like those shorts with like Argento and Carpenter and all that stuff.
Well, they weren't writing it though. They were
garbage though. Those were fucking terrible. It's like some burlap sack hipster fucking with his Birkenstocks on wrote some goddamn hipster horror thing, and then they have this director I love directed. It's like, it doesn't, shit is shit. You can put somebody's great name over it, but
I don't know what they actually were. It was like they almost weren't even like horror. It's like the shitty the
Carpenter one was called Cigarette Burns. It was fucking stupid.
They're like the shitty episodes of American Horror Story, like not the ones that are good.
Right. It
kind of played out like that, like before it was really big to do. But you're
not missing anything if you ever have somebody tell you it's good. They don't know what they're talking about.
Like American Horror Story is good stuff. I like that.
Some of that, yeah. I mean, but some of that's been okay. Have you watched it, Matti, American Horror Story?
Yeah, I'm on the one with the witches.
Oh, that's the best one. It doesn't get any better than that to me. That's the best one. After that, it kind of
I heard a lot of negatives about it, but I
think it's great. That's my favorite one.
I do.
Yeah, the witch one's definitely my favorite. I don't know. It's weird. Like a lot of the, I wanted to actually ask you about this because you may know more about this than Corey and I do. What do you think about that Leatherface prequel thing they're doing this fall?
Yeah, that's DirecTV. It's weird. DirecTV, for whatever reason, has the rights to that. I know it's coming out on DirecTV first.
Yep.
Huh.
And it's a direct, prequel to the original.
Right.
They're kind of going over the beginning or whatever that was, and
yeah, I'll be really, really interested to hear it. I own the other prequel they did to the newer one. What's it called? The Beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really, I mean, it's very visceral. It's very brutal.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the same feel as, obviously, from the 70s. And to me, that's really what makes the film. So if they can somehow, if they're doing it right and they can capture that would be great.
It was right around the remake era of things. Like when they had the beginning, I think that's when those Hills Have Eyes remakes came out too.
God, those are terrible.
But they kind of had the same feel to it. The one thing I liked about the beginning, like something that actually grossed me out, which not a lot of movies can do that well. But in the beginning, when they give birth to like what is Leatherface or whatever, that part's really gross.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
It's just the way the blood looked and the setting of it was just really, I don't know, just very uneasy. I enjoyed the fact that it made me feel that way, but.
Yeah, that's a really dirty movie. You feel like you gotta kind of like shower after you watch it.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. They got that down where it's very hard to replicate from the original, but the original was dirty. Like the whole thing about it was.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm like so obsessed with the original. To tell you a funny story, I actually am shooting now. So everything I shoot's in 4K. So we use all 4K cameras, but all of the glass that I'm using now is all from the 70s. So everything that I'm shooting on is 70s Canon glass that really gives you that look.
That's awesome.
Cool, yeah, which I'm, like I said, I'm obsessed with it. So I wanted to, I've done tons of research. How do you do it? Yeah, sure enough, you just buy 70s glass, and that's how you get your film to look like that.
Now, do you have friends that work with you that do it, or do you do auditions and stuff like that, or is it like a
Yeah, we do, both. My long-term good friend from Liturgy and Liturgy, John, the drummer, that's doing guitar now too. He does most of my soundtrack stuff. I do some of it, but he does most of it.
That's cool.
And he's super, he's one of the biggest John Carpenter guys you're ever gonna meet. So all of his stuff is directly, sound-wise, soundtrack-wise, literally, super influenced by Carpenter, which is, awesome. I'm never gonna complain about that.
That's awesome.
yeah, so.
And then is the stuff you guys like doing, is it more like supernatural stuff, or is it more like slasher, or are you guys kind of doing all that stuff?
Well, these first two were just, they're actual documentaries that we shot on location.
Right.
At a couple that actually both, ironically, were both old mining towns. They're like haunted old mining towns. So that's where both of the actual documentaries were shot. Now, this new one, the On the Sixth Day, about the Freemasons, that's kind of, we're shooting that kind of all over wherever we can get, good set pieces, cheap for free, even with that. But, that is fiction, and there's not a ton of blood and gore, but it's in there for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got the My Bloody Valentine in there with the mines and shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's kind of cool. You got the little tie there. And then, do you guys got any stuff coming out soon, or we'll be on the lookout for it?
Yeah. So film-wise, we've got the second part of Presence that was filmed in Northern Nevada. That's coming out. That'll be out probably in the next couple months here on Amazon, and then we've got on the 6th Day. That won't be till 2018 because we still have tons of writing and filming to do on that. That's we've never done a fictional film before, and it's quite an undertaking. Yeah. So, awesome. But we love doing it. So that'll be next year, and then music-wise, the Liturgy AD album. We're almost done with that. It's like we literally only have one song left to record, and that's done. So that'll be another album.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It'll be coming out. Yeah, full length.
We're looking forward to new Liturgy.
Yeah, real down tuned, real slow. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that band, Disembowelment from Australia, but it's it's like that. It's like ridiculously just low tuning, really doomy.
Yeah.
Even got some soundtrack element stuff in it, and definitely my lowest vocals that I've ever done are in that.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll send you. You know what? I'll send you guys. Remind me. Just shoot me a message and remind me, and I'll send you some of the pre-production tracks that I got.
Cool, man. We'll
Yeah,
check it
definitely.
out.
Yep.
We'll plug it on the show.
Yeah.
You know,
We can do that too.
any chance we get.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and just so you guys can hear it and just how different it is. 'Cause it's very slow, methodical, hypnotizing, like that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Matti, I can't thank you enough for doing this, brother.
Yeah, oh, thank you guys, man. You guys fucking rule. Thank you so much for having me back. Like I said, the pleasure's all mine.
Oh, dude, thank you. And the new album's fucking sick. And you can pick up the new Pathology now from Comatose Music on all different types of places, like Amazon, where I bought mine and got it on Sunday.
All kinds of sick pre-order packages. There's nice vinyls you can get. You can get fucking patches, T-shirts. You know, the whole 9 yards with the new Pathology. I want to buy all of it, but you know I can only pick so many. But well, I definitely gonna get the T-shirt package at least.
Yep. And Matti, the Pathology is my album of the month for August. So.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Of course. Yeah.
That's
So we'll
awesome.
keep sharing the love and keeping it out there for you and everything.
This is Matti Way, frontman, vocalist of Pathology, and you are listening to the Fantastic Podcast.